So if you want to kill Zulrah, you have come to the right place. Today we are going over a guide of how to do Zulrah using rotation C. First of all, we're going to start off how to learn how to spawn manipulate rotation C. So here's what we'll do is we'll enter Zulrah and we'll start attacking on the starting tile. As you can see, Zulrah is not green when she pops up, so we will log out and reset. Let's try again. Let's see if we get Zulrah to pop up in its green phase. Here's our starting tile, and here we are. So Zulrah has popped up as green. This is good, and this means this is rotation C. So we will want to use rotation C for every single Zulrah fight we do when we're starting out. As you can see, this is where Zulrah should be popping up. We'll then run to this second tile, and as you can see, Zulrah will pop up on the corresponding purple tile level 2. And where will we go next? Well, that'll be tile 3. And Zulrah will also pop up on tile 3. So, can you guess where Zulrah will pop up next? That's right, everyone. That'll be tile 4, so we will run accordingly to tile 4. Zulrah will again dive down, and where will we go? We will go to tile 5. And Zulrah will resurface, and we will continue fighting Zulrah. We will then run to tile 6 once Zulrah dives. And Zulrah will pop back up, and we will continue fighting. And in here, we can actually stay in the same exact location. Zulrah will dive and pop up in its green form once again. Continue attacking. And then we will run all the way once Zulrah dives to this 8th tile, in which she will pop up as blue. And prepare yourself for the Jad phase. So here I have a clip of how to handle this. Essentially, you want to be praying the exact opposite of the attack style that you are seeing Zulrah do. And this is because once you see Zulrah's attack, it is too late to pray against. So you're essentially praying in advance to Zulrah's attacks. Zulrah will then reset and go back to how she was at the beginning of the fight. So here are some gear setups in which I suggest using. This is a mid-game Trident setup with a range switch. Up next is a Bofa setup. This is my favorite, personally, that I have access to. This is Bofa only, so you don't have to switch. And this is a beginner setup in which I would recommend Void Knight equipment. Keep in mind that we aren't using anti-venoms or a Serp Helm in this setup. So let's look at a fight example using mid-game gear, and we'll go through a couple examples in this video. So we'll start off on our starting tile by attacking with Mage. Again, green Zulrah is weak to Mage, blue is weak to range, and red Zulrah is also weak to Mage. So where do we want Zulrah to pop up? Right on tile 1 for rotation C. And it looks like we have got Zulrah to pop up into rotation C. You'll continue to attack with Mage. And everyone, let's keep in mind where we'll be running next, which will be tile 2. So always be thinking one step ahead when you're learning this boss. Alright, and as you can see, tile 2 is marked here on screen, and we will run accordingly once Zulrah has dived down. We'll continue attacking with Mage since the red Zulrah is weak to Mage. And I don't really kill these minions that Zulrah spawns. If you do want to preserve your health, it can be worth killing them. I like to just kill Zulrah as fast as possible. Alright, and next, where are we going to run? That'll be tile 3. So you can stay in this vicinity for 3, 4, and 5. And you will be attacking with range since Zulrah is in her blue phase. Now we are on tile 4. In that same vicinity, we will be attacking with Mage. And where will Zulrah pop up next, everyone? That will be tile 5. So we can stay where we are, continue attacking with range. It's okay if we get pulled a little bit closer to Zulrah. This will happen also if you're using Blowpipe. Alright, keep in mind where we're running next. That'll be tile 6. Here we'll be attacking with Mage. Zulrah will not attack you in this 6th instance, so you don't have to have your protective prayers up. And as you can see, we actually killed Zulrah so fast that we didn't even make it to that Jad phase, so we will have an example of making it to the Jad phase. Here's a quick little BOFA example on ×2 speed. As you can see, the BOFA absolutely rips Zulrah, really no matter what. It's really nice to just not have to bring any switches here, except for a blowpipe. Again, we're following the same exact thought process in which I just showed you, but it's just easier since we don't have to switch. What's nice about the BOFA is it can reach so far that for phases 3, 4, and 5, you can just stand on this middle tile. Look at that long range. Alright, then we'll run to tile 6. Absolutely shredding. And here I'm actually just going to do nothing so that I can show you the JAD phase. Alright, so the JAD phase will be coming up next. Here it is. And we are praying exactly opposite to what we are seeing. And this will always alternate, so it's not random. It's the same every single fight. Here is Zulrah's last and final phase before resetting. And here we are. Zulrah has fully gone through an entire cycle, and we'll be starting a random cycle next. So aim to kill Zulrah within this time frame. As you can see, Zulrah has now popped up as red. This is a completely different cycle. There's absolutely no shame in logging out and resetting if you don't kill Zulrah by now. Alright everyone, so up next is an ultimate budget gear Zulrah kill using no anti-venoms and only using anti-poison and Guthix Rest. So you can start Zulrah very, very early here on a low level iron. Specifically, Zulrah is weak to fire spells now, so I recommend either bringing like a Warped Scepter or your strongest fire spell. In this instance, I'm literally just using a Staff of Fire. I have a regular Ring of Recoil, and we are wearing Void Knight equipment. And these fire spells are absolutely shredding Zulrah, and we don't even have a Tome of Fire on, so you can see how effective and how accurate these fire spells are with Zulrah's new weakness to fire. I do remember when they made this change that Flames of Zamorak was competitive on the level of a Tumikin's Shadow. Unfortunately, that has been changed since then, but fire spells still absolutely rip here. Keep in mind, everyone, that when you do get envenomed, you don't want to immediately cure your venom. And this is because if you do this, you'll actually run out of anti-poisons. So what you want to do is cure your venom usually when it's at this 8 damage threshold, as you can see on the top right. So we will clear our venom in just a moment and downgrade it to poison. I'm going to eat up here. And we will wait to get re-envenomed before doing our next anti-poison. And this is just really a way to conserve your inventory, supplies, and is the method that I recommend in dealing with Zulrah's venom prior to having Cure Me, the spell from the Lunar Spellbook, or anti-venoms, or a Serpentine Helm. So for the sake of demonstration, I'm not going to continue attacking Zulrah, because we want to watch what the JAD phase is like. We're going to run from tile 7 now to tile 8. You can stand behind this pillar so Zulrah doesn't attack you if you'd like. And we'll prepare for the JAD phase, which is next. Zulrah will be popping up on the right and attacking us initially with a mage attack. So what do? We pray the opposite to what we see, just like we had shown before. So we see the range, we pray mage. We see the mage, we pray range. It's really that simple, everyone, and this really does never change. And here we are again at Zulrah's last phase before resetting. And there we go. Not too bad of a drop as well. Alright, and I just wanted to show this really quick Zulrah speedrun we had while filming this video. So this is not rotation C. This is my second favorite rotation, however, as this is the one that I recommend learning as your second rotation that you ever learn, once you've mastered rotation C. So the Bofa, again, is just ripping through. We are getting some very lucky hits here. And here we are with the headshot at the end.
Combat task completed.
So you guys, I really hope that this helped you. Again, the tile markers for all of this are in the description. I really do love Zulrah. This was the first boss in which I made my first 100 mil. As always, thank you so much for tuning in. And if you like this video, if you found it helpful, please subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.